topic.
Okay.
Off topic.
Yeah.
Does anybody have this iCloud message that your iCloud storage is full?
Sure, I do.
One day I'll understand it. I don't now.
Okay,
So
we'll talk.
we'll talk about it at one point.
Definitely.
So who's starting?
Karen, you usually start.
Sure, I can start. Absolutely. So last week, I talked to you.
Oh, it's true. You did it by yourself last week.
I talked to you about desire and not faith. And I didn't talk to you about the self-confidence formula. So I'm hoping that somebody in the community needed to hear that for whatever reason that I completely.
Oh, I think it's valuable. Absolutely. Anytime. I think it's great. And we left you just
and Kim was too polite to tell me how I was completely off.
No,
perfect.
you asked me what I thought about it. Thought it was great. Did
Amazing.
you think that I missed it?
So today we're gonna talk about faith and my little wooden cutout that I found at the dollar store, which
So good. I love it.
Dollar store, crazy.
Here.
So today we're continuing with the second step towards which is faith. Last week we spoke about well, no, last week we didn't speak about that, but the week before we did. And I'm going to share with you steps 1 to 3 of the self-confidence formula.
Okay.
Then we're going to dive into the 4th step. So allow me to read to you self-confidence formula. First, I know that I have the ability to achieve the object of my definite purpose in life. Therefore, I demand of myself persistent, continuous action toward its attainment, and I, here and now, promise to render such action. Second, I realize the dominating thoughts of my mind will eventually reproduce themselves in outward physical action and gradually transform themselves into physical reality. Therefore, I will concentrate my thoughts for 30 minutes daily upon the task of thinking of the person I intend to become, thereby creating in my mind a clear mental picture of that person. Third, I know through the principle of autosuggestion, any desire that I persistently hold in my mind will eventually seek expression through some practical means of attaining the object back of it. Therefore, I will devote 10 minutes daily to demanding of myself the development of self-confidence.
Wait. Wait. Can you put that into your own words, number 3, for me?
Well,
So I know the principle.
It's saying that anything that you're thinking often that you keep in your mind.
The auto-suggestion. So you know it's in your head.
Well, listen, if you're constantly thinking about something, you're going to start moving toward it. For example, you become obsessed with, I'll use myself, going to Mexico.
Yeah, I was just about to say, like you start thinking about, oh, maybe Mexico.
You think about
and
it.
then suddenly you're like looking at things. Yeah.
You look at places.
Right.
You look at flights. You look at hotels. You call it up on the map and you look at stuff.
You think about what it's going to be like to put on your bathing suit and pack your bag and
that,
like
but
do
you
the
can maybe even scope out places. How is the beach in this location? What are the reviews about this area? How safe is it? Is there a new railway system going in? Is there a new airport coming in?
Right.
You can just start researching it. And all of those things are in some way keeping that at the top of your mind. It's always in your head.
Okay.
And so those things will eventually seek expression through some practical means of obtaining the object.
Okay.
So that means that my brain is constantly working on getting it. And don't forget now, when you are taking action towards your dream and towards your goal, that goal is coming at you just as quickly as you go towards it. So the more you're working at it, the faster it's coming at you also.
Interesting.
And you know what? I want to add to that.
Yeah.
I want to add that if you just take right now the first step and we'll dissect it a little bit because it is a wonderful thing to do. We talk about it on our own. So we'll share it with the community. But when they say, I know that I have the ability, you don't have to copy it like that, eh? Why not say, I have the ability? Why do you need the I know? I have, my card doesn't say I know. My card says I have the ability.
Right.
But you have to start with this. And that's the whole thing. Start with the way it is and then figure out what works. No, I have the ability. What do I have the ability to do? To achieve. To achieve what? To achieve the goal card. And I want to talk about the goal card right now because we're going to go into the intro to vision mapping soon. That's coming. We're going to be doing a 4-week session on that.
October 17th.
And you know what? You don't want to miss it because that's where you find the definite purpose. And you notice it doesn't say your main purpose. It doesn't say your sole purpose. It doesn't say your thing of your whole life that you're meant to be. It just says have a goal that's specific, definite. So if you have that goal, bravo. I will challenge you. I get challenged all the time by Kareen. So I figure it's my turn to challenge somebody. I challenge everybody in this community to get on a call with me or even join a conversation or at least have it with yourself that goal that you're working on is the best you can do right now. The best you can do for yourself. You know, you're thinking of what? Oh, yes, I'm going to read this book. Yeah. That's a hard one. No, it's not a hard one. And don't stall. Like I've learned, and I share this with all of you, I have goals and I don't like to really finish things because that means you have to say goodbye and you have to start the new one. And I'm not really good with the goodbye. So when I found that a real goal is something you have no idea how to get, you know, that excited me. I know I didn't speak good English there, but it's like I felt like a kid. Excited me. That's why I said it that way. It excited me. I was like, oh, I'm not going to lose this one because I'm never going to get it. That's how I started it until I realized what kind of a message. You talked about auto-suggestion. My thing was I got the goal and I'm telling myself I can't get it. Pretty good, eh? So what did I have to do? I had to create an affirmation to be able to suggest to my little brain, because it was pretty little, why that's not the way it's said. I had to repeat who I am and what I want. And we help with that when you do that. That's what we're here for. So this whole thing, do it this way for now. Join us. I guarantee you, you'll get the challenges. And the best thing is the first step, goal setting. For $47, we're giving a goal setting course, but not just any goal setting course. I learned from Zig Ziglar. I can bring out, wait to see the stuff I bring from that. I learned not directly from Bob Proctor. Though I was in the room with him virtually, it's not like sitting third row and touching Zig Ziglar's hand. But I still got the methodology. We want to share that with you. And what is vision mapping? Well, you want to find out, spend some time with us. And it's all written.
I'll selfishly, for a moment, make this about me. I have until October 17th. I am this close to obtaining the goal that I set on January 2022. Like this close. Literally, I'm in the 10-yard line. And it might happen and it might not. And if it doesn't happen, then I know it wasn't supposed to happen this way. It's going to happen a different way. But I'm even more motivated to have it happen before October 17th, because that means I get to set a new goal. I'm going to be obviously partaking in the introduction to vision mapping, and it will allow me to start considering a new goal. And something I struggled with, and Catherine, you may remember this, is I have so many goals. How am I supposed to pick just one? How do I determine that? So you helped me with that. And it was a challenge, and I challenged you quite a lot. But can I just go back now? The other thing I wanted to say, Karen with number 3. So now I get it. So now you're thinking about the trip, you're kind of doing a little research, you're kind of living a little vicariously through the images, maybe picturing yourself on the beach, you know, maybe packing your bag, going to the airport, whatever it is. The last thing in this step 3 says, therefore, I will devote 10 minutes daily to demanding of myself the development of self-confidence. What does that mean? Anyone?
Well, you're demanding, first off, what is a demand?
It says you will devote 10 minutes every day to demand of myself the development of self-confidence. Does that mean I believe I can achieve the goal?
Yeah, for
Okay.
sure. Believing that
I'm
you can
confident. I'll be
achieve-
perfectly
No.
honest with you. I have confidence in a lot of things, maybe not necessarily like football or,
But
you
if you
know,
have a really big
painting.
goal,
pardon?
if you have a really big goal,
I did.
and
yes,
through all
do.
of this, you'll hear about temporary. Well, no, people have goals. They're not really big goals. They
Okay,
don't know
right.
they're not big until they find out that it's not big. I thought
Right.
all my goals are big goals. If you turn around and tell somebody that has $50 in the bank, that why is your goal 50? Or why is it
Yes,
in a
I
million?
agree. It's relative.
It's-
It's relative.
Exactly, relative, great word. So the thing is we help with that because when you're in a community that understands
Yeah.
the difference, you raise your bar. And
Yeah.
here's the thing, you asked a specific question on this. And
Well, I
I
just
think,
wondered what it meant to devote 10 minutes to this. What am I doing for 10 minutes every day? What should I be doing?
okay, here's the thing. You
I'm
have
very
your goal. in
literal,
your mind.
you know this.
Anybody, okay, anybody here?
Yeah.
Play the game.
Okay.
Anybody here?
Okay.
Think of a goal. If you don't have a goal, make one up.
Okay.
Okay, don't even make it big. I don't really care what your goal is for this exercise.
Okay.
You got it? You
Yeah.
got your goal.
Yeah.
Now, if you make a demand of yourself, what it means, anything that's contrary to your goal, you better chase out of your mind. When it says, are you crazy? Why should you get that? When all of a sudden you meet somebody, and believe me, the journey I've been on, do you know how many people I met to say, really? You think you can? I remember somebody I love in a profession. I won't say names because I'm not going to make somebody else look good. So here's how it worked. The guy is in an industry in a really high position. His sibling says to him, you really do that? And people actually get in the car that you fixed. All the story's true. The facts I'm telling you around the story is false. So the person says, yeah, because the person around you doesn't have the same experience with you. They still see you as the 15-year-old that was doing whatever they're doing, their experience with you. So now all of a sudden you go home and you're sitting saying, well, I do fix the cars. I don't know what he's talking about. That conversation is already a problem. Just that conversation. You haven't even done anything yet. All you've done is doubt him. That can't stay there. So what you have to demand of yourself is to be awake and aware when anything's hitting you that's going to take you off course or make you doubt yourself, make you lose your confidence, because losing faith, you know, that's another word, for faith, confidence. So I laugh because I remember teaching business plan writing, and I'll never forget everybody that came in, and we know the people. I remember going into the person that ran, that at the time was my boss. And though he never considered himself my boss, he was. And the feedback good? Yes, it's really good. I said, well, what did they say? Well, everybody says you gave them confidence. Do you know how offended I was? Confidence? Did they not say I taught them marketing? No. Did they tell you I taught them cash flows? No. Marketing? No. Cash flows? No. And I repeated and repeated. Do you think I was confident at that point? No, I was doubting my own self at that point. Today, I say the biggest gift you can get, and you will get it if you do a vision board and transfer it to a vision map, you will gain the confidence with these tools. And you'd have to demand of yourself to be aware, to make a commitment to yourself. And 10 minutes, 1 minute, don't spend 10 solid minutes, but make sure that at least in the day, you've had 10 minutes of distractions, I promise you. You've met 10 minutes worth of people to have you cringe and say, those are the minutes that add up, and you fight. Do you think of a superhero like Wonder Woman? And that's the movement of get out of my way, get out of my way. I'm going. And that is the visual you need to have with this.
Yeah, and repelling those things that people are saying to you that are negative, like you were saying, Kim. There's something that I do want to mention is anybody who's worked in sales will have received scripting. And the best thing you can do with the script that you're getting is always making it your own.
Right.
So yes, you try out the script, which is what's in the book, and you work on it, and I will use Kim's word, you massage it to make it your own.
Right.
And that is always the best way to make it your own, and to, what do I want to say? Be true to yourself in that sense.
And
Because
adapt it.
you always have to
Adapt
be
it.
true, adapt it to yourself.
Customize it. It's,
Right.
nobody has, I had a wonderful conversation last night with somebody, and it was so refreshing, because there are a lot of people and a lot of courses and a lot of books, and everybody has the answers, and you have the answers. At Sage Navigation, we don't give you the answers. If you're coming here for answers to cut corners, we'll give you speed. We'll give you, a 300-page book, we'll give it to you in 1 hour.
Yeah.
Yes, we'll throw the information from 5 books to give you the concept. But you have to find what adapts and customizes and say, I want a bit of that. And you pick and choose, just like you go to the candy store if you're a kid, or for me, it's a bookstore, a music store, a grocery store. You don't go in, they have how many kinds of corn? You don't go in and everybody take corn niblets that's made by whoever. There's 5 other versions, including a fresh corn that you take the corn off. It's for you to decide, I want to try that. I like that. I'll try that on. And then when you try it on, and this is the whole thing, and you don't really like it, it's not working the way you want it to, you don't give up. You find something better. You find the way. All of a sudden, I read this, and how many times Karine, how many times have I changed things? Say, oh no, I think I got a better way. And it always is a better way.
It always is.
So now we have to talk about step 4.
I was just about to say we need to get to step 4.
Okay.
So the 4th step, I have clearly written down a description of my definite chief aim in life, and I will never stop trying until I shall have developed sufficient self-confidence for its attainment.
2 points in that thing. 1,
Write it down
yeah.
and don't
they
stop
changed
trying.
Did you notice that? They went from definite purpose to
Chief aim.
definite chief aim. So what happens to you is you get a little confused. You say, what the heck are they talking about?
I actually stumbled. I'm like, what's the chief aim here? Who we haven't talked about a chief aim.
Mm-hmm. Do you see how they have different words for the same thing?
Mm-hmm.
See, people will say, what's your main purpose in life? I struggled with that because soul purpose. I didn't hear SOUL, my soul, my heart, my being. No. What I heard was my one.
Yeah.
Well, if you think I'm going to be limited to one thing, I can't even have a conversation.
I thought everybody, when you said, what's your sole purpose? I thought, oh my God, I can only have one reason to live, like one purpose in life.
Exactly. So the thing is if you're sitting in here and you're wondering, we'll continue with that because there's too much information. We're not going to jump this. This is life-changing. We'll continue next week, but we're getting ready to go into book club.
Okay.
And if you're sitting there wondering, I like this stuff. You're in Dockside listening and you're saying, I like this stuff.
Or the recording. I mean, or the afterplay. Yeah. The replay.
Go to the website and join and get the link. Immediately, you're going to get an email with the link. Join us. If you only find us at 7:30, join us. If you find us at 7:45, join us. If you find us now, join us. There are a small group of people that read. Some people don't even have the book. You don't have to worry about it. You don't have to do anything. Just come. And just if you were going shopping for shoes, some shoes you take a size 6 and some you take a size 7, you'd have to try them on. Try us on. So I am going to go out of live because I think there's a few people there listening to us that aren't coming in, and they are most welcome. So à la semaine prochaine. Merci beaucoup. Et n'hésitez pas, on parle les 2 langues. Tu es bienvenue et on apprécie toute votre énergie. Merci.
Ciao.
Merci.
I have to